This is going to be a range test using the micro power mode of the DragonLink UHF transmitter and receiver. First of all, I want to thank Mike, or aka Jet Pilot of DragonLink, for sending me a new one. My first one arrived and it had problems binding, or not binding, it wouldn't calibrate. But now I've got a new one. I've got a brand new transmitter, I've got a brand new receiver installed in my Skywalker, and everything has worked out completely smoothly. No hiccups this time whatsoever. I got a good system that works awesome, apparently, so far. I haven't flown it yet, but what we're going to do is a quick range test. I'm going to show you how to use the micro power mode to do a range test for the DragonLink. So first of all, I don't have anything set as far as my failsafes right now, so I'm going to turn this on, and you can see when that goes green on the transmitter that you're good to go. That means you're putting out a PPM signal. Okay, I'm going to turn my plane on, and as you can see, I have my LEDs kind of hidden, and you can't see them right now probably because of the way I have my receiver glued to that piece of balsa. But the red one is steady and the blue one is steady. So right now my FY31AP is just showing regular RC mode by the quick flashing blue. My pan camera straight ahead. But what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to set the fail-safes on this puppy. So when this transmitter, if this ever goes out of range, like shutting this off for example, well, what I want to happen is I want my FY31AP to kick into return to home mode, and right now it's not doing that because I haven't set my fail-safes. Okay, so for this test, to make it easier to check the fail-safe, I'm also going to have the pan camera swivel around so that I can hear a servo moving when it goes into fail-safe. Okay, so in order to do that, let's turn this back on. Hey, we got radio control again. Okay, so all controls are working. Can't test the aileron because they're not hooked up. When my receiver, or when my transmitter, for whatever reason, I lose signal, radio control signal, my plane, and I can no longer control my plane, this is what I want to happen. I want to have my return to home. I have my throttle disconnected, by the way, so it doesn't take off on me. I want my return to home kick in, and on my airplane it happens to be channel 8, backed all the way to this negative position. And I also want, so I want my throttle to go a little bit less than half. That's what I want to happen. Now for this test also, I'm going to make my pan camera kick all the way to the left. So this is what I want to happen when it goes into fail-safe mode. Now in order to set that on the DragonLink, it's so easy. All you do is hold the bind button down for about 5 seconds. The LED turns red on this one. 3, 2, 1, and that should be good. Now the fail-safe should be set, and we can test that immediately by, let's put this back to normal, camera back to normal, center. We'll put my return to launch back, or turn it off, and it doesn't matter where I put the throttle because you won't be able to hear anything there. But anyway, now with my, if I'm flying along and all of a sudden I lose signal, bam, my fail-safe is kicked in. And this was the servo that I'm using to check my fail-safe so I can hear it. And if you look now, my FY31AP is now giving a double blue flash, which indicates that it's now in autopilot mode. It's going to turn around, it's going to head back home to me, return to launch. So, and as you can see, the blue LED has gone off on the receiver, showing that the link has been lost. So the plane is now in fail-safe mode, and it's cruising home back to me right now. I'm going to go ahead and shut the plane off first. And now I'm going to power on the transmitter in micro power mode. Okay, in order to do that, we're going to hold this button down, turn it on, and on this particular one, when it goes to solid green, let go, and now it's in a slow blinking green, which means micro power. Slow blinking green is micro power mode. So now what we're going to do is we are going to turn the plane on. And as you can see, we've got control of the plane. We've got a solid blue and we've got a solid red. And we're in RC mode, indicated by my FY31AP. Now, what we're going to do is put the plane right about here. It's going to be blurry, you guys, because I've got a camera that doesn't frickin' zoom. It doesn't adjust the focus when it zooms. So I can only give close up. But I want close up for this video anyway. Alright, I'm going to put this way at the end of the hallway. And we're in micro power mode. And when that plane loses signal, it's going to go into failsafe. And you'll be able to see it and hear it when I move this plane. Okay, right now we've got a solid blue, solid red, and we're about 10 to 12 feet away. And right now, ignore the red light. That just means the plane's moving around. But the quick flashing blue means that we're in regular RC. We have total control of the plane, and we're going to walk away from the transmitter. You'll know it kicks into failsafe when the pan camera kicks around. Now we've gotten to my door, which is like at least 20 feet away, probably 30 feet away. Okay, now our blue is starting to flicker, but we still have RC control. Okay, right there it kicked off. Let's see if we can get out here further. A little further. Wow, it's still going. I'm going to kick the antenna around there. Now I've kicked the antenna around that way. Control again. You can see it's flickering. You can see it's flickering. If we go out a little further, wow, we still got control. This is a pretty long ways out. Failsafe. Failsafe. Failsafe is on. We've got no blue LED now. If you look back, I can measure this. Ooh, we actually have control right there. We've got a little bit of control right there. So you can see this is at least 50 feet. This is like 50, possibly even 60 feet right here. So we got really good. That's the range check. Now if you come back into the house, or we're about, I'm gonna have to measure that. I want to say it's about 35 feet. Now about 30, 35. So at 35 feet we've got flickering blue. Come a little bit closer. Now right about here, transmitter's back at the door. I'm sorry, it's blurry. I can't adjust the zoom on the focus on this thing. Right about here we've got solid blue. That blue is just, it's blinking a little bit. Okay, go a little closer. Now we've got solid blue. It's not flickering at all. And we're, I'm going to say, about 20 feet away from the transmitter in micro power mode. Okay, so that concludes the range test on this puppy. We still got control.